See, of statements in UFT test. Types of statements in UFT test. Say, we use different types of statements to create tests in UFT. Not single type of statements. We use different types of statements to create UFT tests. I will introduce uh, maximum types, but based on your requirement you can use them. Suppose for one test 2 or 3 types of statements enough. For one test 2 types of statements also sufficient. For one test 6 or 7 types of statements required. Based on your requirement you can use them. I will introduce all types of statements that we use in UFT test. See, first one, declarations. See, generally 2 items can be declared in computer programming or scripting. Here we are using VBScript. 2 items can be declared in VBScript also. Generally what we declare uh, in computer programming or scripting, Jai Shetty, what we declare? Variables. Another, one more thing also there. See, we declare variables. Next, constants. Anyhow, that we will discuss in VBScript chapter. Variables values may vary throughout the execution, but constants never change. Variable values may vary throughout the execution, but constants never change. Example. I will show one small example. Don't concentrate on the syntax. Say we declare variables using dim statement in VBScript. Dim a comma b of 3 comma c blank parenthesis comma d of 4 comma 5. Say in this declaration 4 variables. A is scalar variable for storing one value at a time. Next, B is array variable for storing series of values at a time. It can hold series of values. See, 3 means in VBScript arrays index starts from 0. 0 to n means n plus 1 values. Here 0 to 3 means 4 values. Next, C is dynamic array whose size is undefined. Next, D is 2-dimensional array. See, in this 2-dimensional array, first value indicates rows, second value indicates columns. How many values can be stored in this D array? Shivaram, how many values that we can store in this 2-dimensional array? No, 4 means 5 rows, 0 to 4, index 0, starts from 0. 5 means 6 columns, 5 into 6, 30 cells, means 30 values. Okay, next, we declare constants using const statement. Const, suppose city. Pardon? D is 2-dimensional array. Put mute, I will explain. 2 is 2-dimensional array. 4 means, see, in 2-dimensional array, first value indicates rows. Second value indicates columns. 4 means 5 rows. Why? Index 0 based. Already I told in this constant array. 3 means 4 values. 0 to 3. N plus 1. 3 plus 1. 4 values. Here 4 rows, 4 size 4 means 0 to 4 values means 5 rows. 5 means 6 columns. 5 into 6, 30 cells means 30 values. Any confusion? See, city. City is constant name, value, Hyderabad. See, by separating using commas, you can declare multiple constants in a statement. If you take new line, again you need to use const statement. Variables also same. By using commas, you can declare multiple variables in a statement. If you take new line, again you need to declare dim statement. See, num equal to 100. For numbers, no double quotes. That is VBScript syntax. Next, x equal to, suppose date format, hash codes 10/10/2010. Just we declared, it won't show any error. Done, just done status. See, declarations, one of the type of statements in our UFT test. Declarations. Next, utility statements. Utility statements. See, today only I used one utility object, system util dot run. Next, path of the AUT, application under test, if it is Windows based application. Next, system util dot run. Next, path of the browser, if it is web based application. These are utility statements. See, Windows application launched. Next, web application also launching. Utility statements. Say, I will use one more utility statement. Concentrate. Result reporting. Say dim A, comma B, A equal to 100, B equal to 200, suppose B equal to 20. If A greater than B, then MSG box A is a big number. Else B is a big number. Run the script. A is a big number. Open result window. Here no result. See, just it is showing done status, means script executed without errors. Here we used our own logic. Define the result. Don't concentrate on the syntax. Anyhow, that we will discuss in defining test results chapter. Reporter dot report event. Report is utility object for defining test result. Next, make pass. You can use either 0 or make pass. Result step name, any meaningful name. Next, message, details are message. A is a big number. Suppose if condition is false, 1 for fail status, B is a big number. Run the script, open result window, say expand all, say result exported na, Surendra. A is a big number, status of result passed. Suppose B is 200, this time failed. Run the script, open result window, observe Surendra. Shivaram, it is showing failed status na? See second one, utility statements. Next, third one, important one, test object statements. See, test object statements, or you can say object calls. Object calls. Test object statements or object calls. See, this is important category. See, most of the statements belongs to this category only in our tests. See, in our tests, most of the statements belongs to test object statements category. See here, one test object statement may have one or more test objects. Already we discussed. If object, parent child hierarchy required. If you want to perform any operation on child object, parent child hierarchy required. If you want to perform any operation on subchild object, grandparent, parent, child, that hierarchy required. Say single test object statement. Single test object statement. Concentrate. Syntax. Test object of, within double quotes, object name dot method, test method, or you can say operation. Method is technical term, operation is business term. Example. See, dialog of login. Dialog is test object, login is name of the object. Next, activate is method or operation. Activate. Suppose if it is browser, this one, web environment, browser of Google dot close. Close is method or operation. Just a minute. Browser of Google dot close. Run the script. Just a minute. See, due to WebEx sharing, it is taking some time in my machine, but in your machine immediately it will execute. closed. Next, two test object statement. See, this is single test object statement. Next, two test objects. Two test object statement. You tell me the syntax. Guess the syntax, Anita. Okay. Okay, put mute. Test object of object name dot child test object of object name dot method or operation. See example. Dialog of login dot win button of cancel dot click. Suppose if it is browser based, browser of Google, any name, dot page of Google. See, most of the time browser name, home page name same, other page names different. Dot sync. Sync is method. What is the purpose of sync method? That we will discuss in methods chapter. Next, same way, now you guide me, Anita, three test object statement. Put mute, Anita, someone. A high noise coming from your side. Put mute. Try to rectify the voice device. Use use headphones. You tell me, Arjun, three test object statement. What about that I'm facing issue I end with. Okay, okay, Anita. Disconnect and connect. Tell me, Arjun. Arjun, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, three test object statement. Syntax.
Not sure, sir.
Not sure. Who is telling? Tell me, Sultana. Syntax. Browser is example. Try. Test object of object name. Child object of object name. Subchild. Okay, put mute. Subchild object of okay, okay. Object name dot method or operation. Any confusion, Arjun? Simple, na?
It's simple, sir, but I am not able to see like what are the activities you are performing. So I'm a little bit confused.
Okay,
Will
okay.
you disconnect
Okay, okay, okay. You rectify the problem at least by tomorrow. Shivaram, can you understand the? Okay, okay. Say. What about you, Surendra?
Sir, good, sir.
Okay, cool, cool. See, three test object statements. Just a minute. Record. Stop. Next.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. One question, sir.
Ah,
You included the test object and then you did the child test object, then you included the sub-child object, right?
mm-mm.
Same, same way, do you also include the grandparent object?
Just a minute. Just a minute. I will explain it. Stop. Observe. See, three test object statements. See this window. First is Windows application. Second is web application. Window test object, dialog test object, but child object. See window test object, dialog also test object, win button also test object, but hierarchy is there. Window is test object, dialog is child object, win button is sub child object. In another way, in reverse pattern, you can say, observe Anita, win button is test object, dialog is parent test object, window is grandparent test object. Hello? Understand the concept? Say browser, see in left to right, browser test object, page child object, link sub child object. Next, reverse pattern, link test object, page parent test object, browser grandparent test object. See browser test object, page child object, link sub child object. In reverse pattern, link is test object, page is parent test object, browser is grandparent test object. Okay, cool, cool. Welcome. See, I think all of you familiar with test object statements. Anyhow, that we will discuss in, again we will discuss in creating test chapter. Okay. Say declarations.
Sir,
Ah,
is there any limitation for test objects in a statement? Like here we have last one we have three test objects.
three enough. Three test objects enough. Three test objects enough. Suppose if it is four test objects in your operation, just write parent, child, and the last entity, sub child or anything. Okay, na?
Okay.
Three test objects enough. Suppose you have parent, child, sub-child, sub-sub-child, sub-sub-child. You just use parent, child, sub-child. Enough. Okay. Next, so far we discussed declarations, utility statements, test object statements. Next, fourth one, just a minute. Fourth, flow control statements. Flow control statements. See, in VBScript we have two types of flow control statements. Those can be used in our automation. One is conditional conditional statements, another is loop statements. Loop statements. I will show one small example, concentrate. Dim a comma b, a equal to 100, b equal to 20, if a greater than b, then MSG box a is a big number, else b is a big number. As per that input, as per that values, this condition is true, then it will execute a is a big number. It will display a is a big number. A is a big number. So next, a 100, b 200. Condition false, then it will execute else part. It will display b is a big number. See example. Just a minute. Next, loop statements. Suppose for open order operation, generate the basic test. Suppose I want to open 1 to 5 orders for I equal to 1 to 5, step 1, increment 1. One increment is optional, default. One increment is default. For one increment, you no need to write this step 1. Other than one increment means two increments are -2, -1, 3, 10, use step. One increment is default. See, pass I as parameter. If you want to observe the test execution process, insert wait statement, it is optional. Put base state and run the script. It will open 1 to 5 records. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Next, calling actions functions. That is action calls or function calls. The fifth one. Action calls. Next, function calls. Action calls, function calls. Just a minute. Reusable components. See, generate the script. Enter agent name, enter password, click OK. Suppose I want to rename this action. Action name login. See test name GUI test 4 action login. Just to save this one. I'm going to create one function also. Launch notepad like editor. Place the code. Make it as a reusable component. Don't concentrate on function syntax. Function login. End function. Save as VBS file. Suppose abc.vbs Visual Basic Script. Observe. I am taking new test. I am taking new test. Suppose for this test login required, login function already there. By associating that library file, you can access that login function. See file settings, resources, click add icon, browse path of the library. Okay. See object repository also required. Okay. See in this test, suppose single statement call login. See we are accessing external function from this library file. Single statement na Surendra.
Yes, sir.
Run the script. Executing na that login functionality. This is about calling functions. Just a minute. Calling function. Next, how to call action. Suppose in I am taking new test. In GUI test 4, login action is there. See, actions, functions, both are same in purpose. Purpose, reusability. But actions belongs to UFT, functions belongs to VBScript. Say, for this test, I want login. Login already available in GUI test 4. Call that one. Design menu, call to existing action, browse path of the test. Just a minute. Browse path of the test. GUI test 4. See, select login. Only one action available. Click OK. See, this is calling action. Read only. Run the script. Executing. See, it is read only. This action is read only. Here record record also disabled. Observe this record icon disabled. Here you can't modify. See, this is calling action. Next, I will list out remaining types of statements. Tomorrow I will explain. Just last 2 minutes. Another type, checkpoint statements. Checkpoint statements. Next, output value. Output value statements, one or more. Next, synchronization point statements. Next, automation object statements. Automation object statements. Next, VBScript statements. All are VBScript statements only. Those are specialized statements. Example, dim statement, for statement, next set statement, etc. With statement, VBScript statements. Maximum possibilities. See, first 5 we discussed, remaining 5 we will discuss tomorrow. Just last question for the day, list out the all types of, we discussed maximum possibilities. Tell me, Anita, types of statements in UFT test. Nearly I indexed 10 types of statements. Maximum.